Up next on the setup, isn't it human nature for a younger brother to want to emulate whatever his older brother does? Well, in order to do that, Ty Dillon has to win it all. The two brothers are ultra competitive, but Austin believes Ty could do it. But how likely is that in his rookie year?
You know, I feel like I have the experience of running 2 years in the truck series just by going to all the races and listening to everything that Austin said about every race weekend, every practice and everything.
Det börjar närma sig de magiska orden, gentlemen, start your engines. Bara det att det inte kommer låta riktigt så. Vi har nämligen kvinnliga deltagare i det här racet. Eller åtminstone en sån, nämligen Jennifer Jo Cobb. Så det kommer höras gentlemen and lady, start your engines. Tror jag förresten. Hon var i alla fall med tidigare, men hon har faktiskt inte, borde jag ha kollat innan. Hon har inte kvalat in, men hon var med på banan tidigare idag i alla fall. Men hon kvalade alltså inte. De körde kvalet ganska sent, bara för 2 timmar sedan. Det är svårt att hålla sig uppdaterad 100%igt. Hur som helst, vi ska se truckrace och jag kan ju berätta att de bilarna är i princip uppbyggda som Nationwide-bilarna. Det vill säga med en 358 eller nästan 360 kubiktum om man ska vara riktigt ärlig. Stor V8 i järn med aluminiumtoppar. Man plockar ut ungefär 650 hästar vid maxvarvet 8200 och man toppar ungefär här på Daytona 195 miles per hour, alltså 310 kilometer i timmen. Bilarna är också aningen längre än både i Sprint Cup och Nationwide, men annars är det mesta likt. Och det finns 4 märken representerade: Chevrolet, Ford, Dodge och Toyota. Och jag tyckte faktiskt tidigare idag när vi såg kvalet och lite av träningen också att de lät lite annorlunda i år. Jag ska försöka ta reda på varför. De lät ettrigare, piggare och härligare faktiskt.
Austin Dillon wins in Nashville.
Ty Dillon will win in the Windy City for his 3rd victory on the season.
Austin Dillon grabs his 4th career win in the Camping World Truck Series. Ty Dillon, his 9th career win in the ARCA Racing Series. He has won over 50% of the races that he started.
The official hardware for Ty Dillon, a champion named here today at Toledo.
Champion, how does that sound, Austin Dillon?
It's unbelievable, man. I got a lot of people to thank for getting me. 2 champions right here.
Well, the truck still has the same name, Dillon, above the door, but it's a new driver for this championship team. Talk about pressure. Last year, Austin Dillon became the youngest champ in series history. But younger brother Ty won a championship of his own in the ARCA series. And now Ty has the chance to one-up his big brother, because should Ty win the title, he would become the youngest series champ. It's a family business, but for grandfather Richard Childress, it's also a chance to be a proud grandfather ×2.
This is a racing family from going way back when my daughter used to go to the races with me. Austin and Ty both, when they were just little kids going to the racetrack. It's definitely a racing family.
Short guy in the middle. Growing up at the racetrack, it was fun that we got to go do something other than racing and play baseball and basketball and try other team sports.
I thought Austin may be a baseball player, and I thought Ty might end up being a football player, but instead both of them wanted to race.
We were at our condo in Charlotte, and the Bandolero cars running around the little quarter mile in the infield. Ever since that moment, we went and tested those Bandoleros for the first time. We've been in love with it ever since then.
When Ty turned 13 on his birthday, he called me and he said, Pop, you told us whenever we were ready to go racing, let you know, and here we are today racing.
Austin Dillon wins in Nashville. Here comes Dillon at the stripe. It's Ty Dillon winning.
the Dillon boys have a shot of winning titles both in the same year.
We're best friends away from the track, and we're super competitive in everything we do, whether it's a foot race to see who can get to the car faster from leaving the restaurant, which we did the other night. And you know, we're really competitive, but we both want to see each other succeed. We'll just push each other hard. I know he pushes me harder every time he wins, and I want to go out and get a win. So it's nice having a very competitive brother and a good brother.
It's just two different personalities. Ty's a little more laid back. Austin's a little wide open, but when it comes to racing, Ty's as hard a charger as Austin is.
In our driving style, we're the same a lot because we've gone through the same ranks together, through the same equipment, so we've learned the same kind of driving styles, but sometimes our personalities do reflect our driving styles a lot too. Yeah, our personalities are way different, but I think we're both aggressive when we get on the racetrack.
I've seen a lot of siblings, you know, the Allisons, the Labonis, owned up through the years, and I think the talent that these two guys show, you know, they don't get the credit sometimes. They'll say, well, they're in just real good cars, but it doesn't matter. I've seen so many people get in good cars in our cars and not succeed like these two young men have.
Ty Dillon is the champion in 2011 right here in the ARCA Racing Series.
When Ty won his ARCA championship, Austin flew up and he was a cheerleader all the way, and same deal when Austin won his championship, Ty was there cheerleading him on, and it's really neat to see two brothers that have a passion for it and a love for each other.
You know, I feel like I have the experience of running 2 years in the truck series just by going to all the races and listening to everything that Austin said about every race weekend, every practice and everything. I have all the equipment and all the trucks and everything that won the championship last year in the truck series. Even though it's my rookie year, I should be able to win some races and compete for the truck championship. I definitely see it as a passing of the torch. I'm planning on arguing with Austin all year about who's going to win the championship and who's going to win more races. Yeah. That's going to be awesome. You know, if we can do that. It pushed us last year to where we were, and I think that's what got us to being able to run for a championship, pushing each other, and we'll do it again this year and hopefully have that same shot. And if we can put ourselves in position at the end of the year to take advantage of winning a championship, and that's what we'll do.
Such a cool story. Here are the numbers for the Dillons last year. Ty dominated, earning more wins and a better average finish, but now he has the pressure of driving Austin's championship truck. Well, we told you that all the Cup Series stars love watching the truck race. Look who I found just a few steps away from me on the grid. Denny Hamlin out here to watch the truck race as well. Denny actually spent a lot of time in his off-season playing golf. You know, in the world of NASCAR, summer vacation happens in the winter months. And from taking trips to getting married, what did your favorite Truck Series driver do in his or her off-season?
Early December, went and raced in the Best of the Desert in my Class 1500 car at the Henderson 250. Switched gears right after that into promoting my golf tournament that was coming up 1st of January for the Boys and Girls Club back in Brawley, California at Del Rio Country Club. Raised over $48,000 for the local clubs in the Imperial County.
Thanksgiving, went out to Glamis, went out to Sand Dunes, had a lot of fun out there with a lot of good friends, and came back from that and went off to Mexico and got married. After that, went home for a week, went to Ohio, and went back on our honeymoon. I was home for, I think it was 8 or 9 days total.
Well, I spent my off season kind of taking it easy and resting up with the family. We spent our Christmas out in Montana. Then later on in the year, we took off to the Super Bowl. First time any of us have been to a Super Bowl. It was really cool. It was a wonderful experience. I almost couldn't take it all in at once, but it was a great time. I was pulling for the Giants. My brother's pulling for the Patriots, so I came out on top all the time.
I started the off season in December with testing, in North Carolina and Arizona, and then spent Christmas at home with the family, and then January we went down to Costa Rica, and Krista and I got married on January 14th, so we spent a week in Costa Rica leading up to the wedding, and then went from there to our honeymoon and spent a week in Antigua, and now we're down here in Daytona. It's time to get the season started.
And don't forget, immediately following our race tonight, it's the premiere of a new season of Car Warriors, the only show where two teams of mechanics go head-to-head in a race against the clock. It's Car Warriors tonight, following the truck race on Speed. Teams have 48 hours to build a hot rod. Tonight, drivers have only 2 hours to make history. Brad Keselowski is a Truck Series owner. Tonight, he's also a driver, and he's back. One of the most popular drivers in NASCAR, Ward Burton, returns, and former champ Travis Kvapil also in this field. Talk about a cast of characters. Plus, we've got something new for you this year. We'll explain next.
Ja, som sagt, det börjar närma sig. Man börjar tömma infield på besökare och det är snart dags att starta och dra igång det här racet. Det heter som sagt NextEra Energy Resources 250 och ärligt talat så har jag ingen aning om vad det är för någonting. Det är lite annorlunda i truckserien. Som jag sa tidigare så är det 22 race den här säsongen. Och det kommer inte bli varje helg direkt, men relativt ofta ändå. Det är också lite färre bilar i fältet. Vi har 36 bilar som ställer upp jämfört med i de andra seriernas 43. Så att det är lite små skillnader också. Och en del av förarna kanske du känner igen. Här möts ju förare som både är på väg uppåt och neråt i karriären. Austin Dillon heter den regerande mästaren, det såg vi lite bilder på här, och han har tagit steget upp till Nationwide-serien i år. Och andra namn som är bekanta är ju Brad Keselowski, Nelson Piquet Jr. som jag sa står på outside pole, Johnny Sauter, David Reutemann, Travis Kvapil, Ron Hornaday Jr., Mike Skinner, som de i alla fall 3-4 sista av dem jag nämnde där har varit längre upp i serierna men har stött på motstånd, inte varit tillräckligt bra eller haft otur eller vad man nu kan skylla på, och har fått åka neråt istället. Och som jag sa tidigare, vi har ett brasiliansk lineup längst fram i alla fall. Miguel Paludo längst fram och Nelson Piquet Jr. bredvid honom. Sen har vi namn som vi lär komma att känna igen. James Buescher. Vi har Ty Dillon som är Austin Dillons lillebror som står på andra raden på 4:e startposition. Vi har Brad Keselowski, Jason Leffler. Jason Leffler kanske en del av vi känner igen också. Han har varit uppe i kuppen och kört tidigare. Sen har vi mannen med det tjusiga namnet Cale Gale. Och Jason White, också lite sådär halvbekant namn. Men snart dags att starta motorn i alla fall och tillbaka till USA.
The setup is brought to you by Camping World and Good Sam. Everything for the RV lifestyle, including RVs, accessories, warranties, insurance, and roadside assistance. By Sunoco, the official fuel of NASCAR. Follow Sunoco Racing on Facebook. And by Coors Light, a sport this hot needs a beer this cold. Frost brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing and the official beer of NASCAR. Tons of people out here for this truck race, and it's only appropriate that Hermie Sadler talks to this next driver because they are the only two who can understand each other. Right, Hermie?
Well, that's exactly right, Krista, and we're proud of it. South Boston, Virginia's Ward Burton, 2002 Daytona 500 Series champion. Glad to see you back at the racetrack. It's been a while since you've been around this racetrack. Tell me the first laps you made in this truck. What was different to you than the last time you went around this racetrack?
Hermie, a lot different. You got really smooth as silk paving here. You know, all these vehicles from the trucks to the cars, the coal bind and the front springs. You know, the old racing here was all about, after about 25, 30 laps, of handling and the guy that could get up on the wheel a little bit. Now we're all pretty much equal out here. We're seeing a little bit difference in the motors and qualifying. Hopefully our state water heater Chevy, we didn't qualify very well, but our key tonight is going to be able to stay out of trouble. That's going to be the key, and we've got to figure out a way to do that. But I'm really proud of State Water Heater, Hillman guys. They've worked their butts off getting this truck put up together last minute. Jeb's running around here somewhere right there. This is all about him, and hopefully we'll have a good opportunity with him down the road. And his first race will be in Martinsville coming up next month.
That's right. Ward Burton, the dad, is only occupying this seat until Jeb gets behind the wheel at Martinsville. Krista?
Well, why am I holding or have this helmet right here? Well, it's going to be our trophy throughout the year for our fantasy picks. We will explain that a lot throughout the year. So who is my pick to win this race tonight? He's starting on the front row, Nelson Piquet. I predict something very big tonight. Let's go upstairs. Rick, who is your pick?
Well, Krista, I think the driver starting in the 5th position tonight is going to win this race, and that's Brad Keselowski.